All right, with the bed taken care of, we come to the most important part of a snowcat, the tracks. I don't know if you remember when we rolled this in, but the tracks were shot. And you don't just find replacement tracks at your local tire store. Fortunately, we found a company in Canada called Right Track Systems that specialize in tracks and track conversions. Check this out. When Right Track Systems started making tracks 20 years ago, they did it for two reasons. One was to offer a tougher, stronger track than what was currently available, and the second was to offer track conversions for vehicles that were currently running tires.
2 decades ago, my father got involved in some of the new quad tracks that were coming out for ATVs and all-terrain vehicles. It just felt like the product wasn't quite good enough for the customer, and it wasn't as good as it could have been. So what he did was he developed his own product for those ATVs and quads. He came up with something that was a rebuildable product that the customer could easily install from one unit to another without having to replace the entire undercarriage and being able to use the existing tire. So what ended up happening is my father ended up extending that design to a lot of different other types of equipment.
Now, there are several types of track systems. There's the metal tracks like you'll see on a tank or a bulldozer. Then there's the full rubber track, and then finally the type with rubber belts and separate grousers. And this is the type of track that Right Track Systems specializes in. Now, obviously, there's a lot more science to these kind of tracks than just wrapping some belting around a tire. There's three main elements to this style of track. The first thing we're going to look at is the belting.
What we actually do is we're an environmentally friendly green company. We reuse belting that has been in large mines. All the belting is between 1,000 and 1,200 pound belting on all of our snowcats, and anywhere between 12 and 1,500 pounds on our truck tracks and heavier equipment. And that belting is usually about 3 to 4 times the strength of your standard tire. So it really helps prevent any kind of tire wear or damage or puncturing when a customer is using our tracks in the field.
This means the belt is extremely tough for off-road conditions. So you can use the tracks in mud, rocks, sand, deadfall, whatever, without worrying about tearing or puncturing a belt.
To this point, we found no weight limit of where our product can go. We have units out there that weigh up to 150 or 200,000 pounds with our track.
The second part of the track is the wheel guides, and Right Track will either restore your original guides or make new ones to fit the bogie wheels you're running. And they make sure that they're spaced properly on the belt to fit your drive sprocket. The third part is the grousers, and these bolt to the wheel guide and the track and not only hold it all together, but also provide the traction to dig into the terrain and move you forward. And this is where most of the wear and tear is going to happen on a track. And as you can see, they have a heavy-duty U-channel design with a second channel inside to give us double the strength and durability.
Well, we have a pretty standard design for our snowcat tracks, and it is a steel J-bar, or what we call our U-channel design, with a piece of square tubing on the inside for structural support. It's much stronger than what a lot of the OEM manufacturers offer their customers for their tracks.
There's also options. If you're going to be in a lot of ice or snow, they can weld ice picks to the bars for extra traction. If you're going to be on pavement or sensitive areas, they can build the grousers out of polyurethane. The best part is, all of the grousers are replaceable, so you can rebuild the tracks once the grousers are worn down, and you don't have to buy all new tracks. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering, so what kind of vehicles can you actually put tracks on? It's a good question. Take a look.
Probably our most popular applications are going to be for semi-trucks, tandem, triple, and single axle semi-trucks and trailers. We also build a lot of snowcat tracks, skid steer tracks, agricultural equipment, and then just basically custom ATVs and utility equipment.
Now, as you can see, you don't have to have a snowcat to have a tracked vehicle, but you better have the right track system if you're going to put them on what you do have.